Today's video is sponsored by Incogni. We'll talk about them in just a little bit. A new law has come out, literally it's come into effect a matter of days ago, July 2025, and it's kind of crazy. Thank you so much for your kind words of support and encouragement in the previous video. Epic banger of a video today, new phase of the renovation showing multiple days, really exciting. That being said, I gotta say, today's sponsor is a good one. I love them. It's Incogni. Ever wake up to find your inbox full of the latest miracle cures and get-rich-quick schemes and crypto trends from newsletters you clearly didn't subscribe to? But that's because of shady companies called data brokers who make it their life's mission to collect all of the information about you, such as your home address, employment history, health history, social security number, and then they'll sell that information to anyone willing to buy it. And if you're in the US, well, it gets even worse because some of that information can end up on people's search sites, which means anyone who's got your name can look you up and find out where you live. But that's where Incogni comes in. In just a few minutes, Incogni reaches out to data brokers and people's search sites on your behalf, legally demanding they remove your personal information. They continuously scour the internet for your personal data and remove it time and time again, automatically, without you lifting a finger. And if your info pops up somewhere new, like some obscure website outside of Incogni's automated process, well, Incogni's custom removals feature lets you flag it and they quietly take care of it for you. And Incogni's so sure you'll love their product that they are offering a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee for any reason. So what are you waiting for? It's your turn to take your personal data back. Use code LIFEOFRyan at the link in the description and you will get 60% off an annual plan. Thank you so much, Incogni, you bunch of legends, for sponsoring the video. Once again, I love you very much. Without further ado, let's just get right into the renovation, shall we? Can't wait to show you this. Take it away, Dave. 3, 2, 1, go. Hi. Voiceover Ryan, but it's not really a voiceover anymore, is it? Because you can actually see me now. How fantastic. So we're watching this renovation unfold together. The new phase of the renovation, that is. And Dave is in there doing the installation today. And I've got some bombshells for you, okay? Bombshell news with regards to my previous video about the whole immigration saga. A new law has come out, literally it's come into effect a matter of days ago, July 2025, and it's kind of crazy. Okay, so we're going to get into that. Absolutely unbelievable. And Dave is going to carry on the first floor, second floor if you're from America, doing the installation. And I'm going to show 2 days of renovation today and really going to knock it out the park. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I will be answering some of your comments as well. A lot of controversial comments in this video, I must admit, but hey ho, I want to sort out this this topic once and for all and then not really mention it again for the foreseeable future. Right. By the way, Dave is using a special kind of blade which is designed to cut the insulation, the fiberglass. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Dave. Looking beautiful. He's doing a great job. They come in handy packets as well, the insulation, you can see right there. Very easy to handle, very light. So it's quite easy for Dave to do. And I think we should just tackle the first comment, shall we? Starting with a ray of sunshine. Surely you would have looked into residency for her. ... No, never thought it for a moment. How foolish of me. If only there was someone like you to manage every aspect of my life. Huh. Wouldn't have thought it. No, not at all, not at all. yes, of course I looked into it, but what's written as a matter of law and what happens in reality and in practice with regards to time frames imposed by the government are two different stories. Which brings us to my next comment to read out. The gears of bureaucracy grind exceedingly slow everywhere, but I have been led to believe that France excels in this. Best wishes for as speedy a resolution as possible. I struggled through that comment because of my reading, not because of the contents of the comment itself. Thank you, someone who speaks sense at last. Thank you for that comment, much appreciated. And yes, indeed, I would say a big problem is bureaucracy, and a problem that I have is bureaucracy with regards to the situation. So, normally it should take about 6 months, but speaking to the immigration lawyer, you could triple that, double it if you're lucky, triple it, or in some cases it could take 2 to 3 years, which I've read online as well, when people are still waiting for an answer from their respective governing body of that region, because it does vary, of course, but there is a lack of clarity out there, and it's quite concerning. Now, what I wanted to clarify as well myself for you in this video is the fact that I am not a French citizen. That means I don't have French nationality, I don't hold a French passport. I'm a British citizen, I have British nationality, and my passport is a British. I used to be an EU citizen, but we all know what happened there back in 2016. It means that UK citizens are no longer British. That did not make sense. British citizens are no longer EU citizens. So basically the UK left the European Union, and as a result, certain rights that EU citizens possessed, as British, we don't have anymore, such as the freedom of movement. Before, we could move and live in any country without constraint, without visas, for as long as we liked, without having to worry about getting kicked out due to visa constraints. Now, for tourists, if you don't have a visa, I believe it's quite fair. It's a 90-day rule out of 180 days, which means you can't spend more than 3 months in a 6-month moving block within the Schengen area. Okay, so that's pretty good. We're lucky to have that, I'd say, as tourists from the UK. However, we are no longer indefinite permanent residents. UK citizens are no longer permanent residents of France. You are technically, but you have a residency card which is renewable. By the way, there's a comment coming up, so let me just read this comment. Why do you feel that you're required to produce a regular, constant amount of videos? Folks that enjoy your videos will always be interested in the next episode when it is realistically available. It is a very interesting renovation. Thanks. Yeah, it's really important to put out videos on a regular basis, both for me and for the viewers, of course. Some people a little bit too entitled and think that a video should come out every day, every other day. I guess you've been spoiled with other channels, but listen, I move to the beat of my own drums, what can I say? But I am trying to get the videos out as much as possible. Much love. Just be polite with your requests for more videos, like this wonderful commenter just did. They weren't requesting videos, but you get my drift. Lovely comment, much love. But what I was saying before that, with regards to citizenship and all that stuff, well, now that I'm not an EU citizen, basically it's much harder to bring a family member or spouse to live with you in a country that's within the EU. If you're not a part of the EU, that's the European Union, Europe. And that's it, really. We've lost some rights, and yeah. So now the extra things, for example, is instead of it taking like 3 months to bring your spouse over, as I mentioned before, the time constraints, it can take multiple years. And there is a new law that's just come into effect, which I mentioned before. Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough burden to bear, is it indeed? Not really. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but then it kind of doesn't as well. So the law it's just come into effect this July. There is now a language exam that you have to pass, and if you fail that exam, you can be kicked out of France. You can be, that's it, expelled from the country, literally. And this is if you want to retain any residency card from 2 years up until 10 years. But the exam does vary. So if you want a residency card from 2 to 4 years in length, then the exam you need to have what they call a college level of speaking and writing. So it's a written exam as well. It's a 1 hour written exam as well as a 30-minute oral exam, I believe. And yeah, college is, I believe, 15 years old. So what's that? Before high school in America, middle school. And then if you want a 5 to 10 year residency card, you're looking at a high school level exam. And if you want actual citizenship, if you want a French passport, if you want to become French, you need to pass the university level exam for speaking and writing French. Women only give you problems. I bet the princess starts complaining your castle is too small for her things. Oh, Kevin, I feel like you've been through some stuff, Kevin. You know, I think you need to start surrounding yourself with some different women, Kevin. But hey, my heart goes out to you and I wish you well, wherever you are in the world. But yeah, I haven't had those types of issues with the women that I have encountered in my somewhat short-lived life so far, but I'm not complaining. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, yeah, this new law, it was funny. I'll leave a link in the description to an article where I found this information, and it's a French news article. By the way, Dave's doing a fantastic job, isn't he? French news article regarding the new law coming into effect, and this news, it's a major broadcasting company in France, and they look, wow, look at that, thank you, Dave, doing a stand-up job there. And this law, well, they had 10 volunteers try to pass the university level test, language test, which you need to pass to get French citizenship. And these are French people doing these tests. And out of the 10, most of them had an education. I think one stopped at high school, and all the others have got diplomas and stuff, according to this video that's linked in the description. And out of the 10, apparently a whopping 5 didn't pass the written test, but compensated with the 30-minute oral test. So no, 5 didn't pass it, and 3 compensated with the oral test, and 2 failed everything and wouldn't even be allowed to have French citizenship. That's insane. even so 20% of French would fail this test. That's kind of crazy. But you know what? Let's read a comment. Ryan, could you get the double nationality and then by association your wife could have residency? Surely you could pass all the tests since you are so fluent. That's a great question. I'll answer that in just a moment on the topic of language. Yeah, so 20% couldn't pass that test, but I would agree with that test being in place, because you know what, if you want French citizenship, then I feel like France should impose whatever test they deem necessary for you to be able to get a French passport. However, with the residency, to have to pass a French exam every time you want a new residency card, or just to renew your residency card, a written French exam at that is kind of crazy. And what's made even crazier, and they show this document, there's a letter that they actually show in this video that I mentioned in the description, and this is from the body of immigration in France. They actually say that they have to, there's a quota imposed, they have to reduce the number of lessons by 50%. So that, wow, look at that hammer work. Fantastic, Dave. They have to reduce the number of lessons, or sessions they called it, by half, right? So they've just brought in these new language tests, and at the same time they're reducing the lessons for foreigners that want to try and learn French by half. And the reason that they give is budgetary restrictions. That's why they're reducing the number of lessons available. Kind of crazy coincidence, which leads me to think, in my own humble opinion, that there is a clear message being sent that less immigration is going to happen in France. I'm being really choosy with my words because I want to stay really try and stay neutral in this situation. But there you go. It's kind of they're making it harder to go through these steps. And I'm not finished, but let's read another one of your wonderful comments. Plenty of women in France. Why settle for one when you can have a harem? Crack on, my dear. Now, I didn't actually know what a harem was for a long, long time. A harem is apparently when a man has like a group of women, of wives, perhaps, I don't know. One's enough. I'm a one woman kind of guy. That's all. That suits me down to the ground. But thank you for your comment. It's very eye opening and it's a suggestion. I appreciate all suggestions. So anyway, all the new law and all the new requirements aside, I know that we could easily pass that, my wife and I. Although the level of my French is no problem for me, but my wife, she's really good with languages. No doubt she'll do absolutely fine, because she's studied for longer than me. So yeah, that wouldn't be an issue per se. But I don't think the whole language thing will lead to more integration, because that's apparently why they're doing it. They want the foreigners to integrate more. Integration is more of a mindset than a language barrier. People or foreigners would use the language barrier as an excuse not to integrate. But I feel like just surface level conversational French is enough to integrate into society. That's just my personal opinion. And hey, France can do what they want at the end of the day. It's their country, and you just got to respect it. But the one thing that's holding me up with regards to the whole situation about immigration is Because I'm no longer an EU citizen, the extra requirements are the deal breakers right now. And what I mean by that is there's financial requirements, which is okay to meet, they're fairly low. But the major requirement is your accommodation, your home, where you live. So what they do for non-EU citizens that want their non-EU spouse or family member to come over, they will send out an inspector to come to your house and check it out. Now, to do this, they send a letter, and they only give I think it's a week or up to 10 days notice, usually, according to the immigration lawyer. And yeah, no phone calls, no emails. So you've got to be living there at the home. And your spouse, by the way, when you make the visa application or the residency application, can't be in the country as well. So it just forces my wife and I apart for months on end, and we absolutely don't want that. And what's more, with the state of my place, it's not livable at the moment, so I'd have to rent somewhere. I'd have to pay to rent a place that meets a minimum requirements, such as the size especially. So it can't just be a cheap little studio, 1 bedroom, tiny thing. It has to meet the size requirements for 2 people, and that'll just be really expensive and annoying and force us apart for months on end. We don't want to do that. We're married now. Oh, lovely comment. This just looks like you're hiding the problems. One big cover up. I'm sure you will find a sucker. Yes, that's right. We're hiding the problems in this renovation that we are showing on YouTube for the world to see. Yes, genius move, hiding the problems. Anyway, that's the main hold up, and we obviously can't even apply at the moment for any form of residency due to the accommodation situation being a real tough one. And by the way, Dave's just gone up to the 2nd floor now after really doing some serious damage on the 1st floor in terms of progress, of course. Be careful with those curtains, my friend. Good man. So as I was saying, the whole immigration thing, is it looking good? Wow, the place is looking good. But no, the immigration situation is not looking good. Does it matter at the end of the day? No. Life goes on, you know? My wife and I, we've carved out our own little world, our own little routine where we're both happy outside of France at the moment. Would we have liked to have lived in France? Yes. Why? Why France? Well, because of the property market. You know, we dreamed of having a load of animals, ponies, chickens, dogs, cats. Not too many, let's slow down a little bit. But you get my drift. And in France, land is not at a premium. It's great value for money. But sadly, that doesn't look like it's going to become a reality in the foreseeable future. But who knows? Time will tell. Right now, as I said before in the last video, we're just focusing on getting the renovation done and enjoying life together. So I hope that explains and clears up the situation. And also, we will be going to France in the winter for a few months as tourists, I guess. Hang in, keep it up. When is the electrician extraordinaire going to start? Well, based off the timeline of these videos, Duncan, the best spark in rural France, will be installing the electrics on the 2nd and 1st floor very soon. However, I know that he's already been to the house. You don't know that yet, but spoiler alert, he's already been. And I don't know if it was filmed or not. I will try to film him in the winter time, if it's not when I get back to France. If I'm sure he'll have more stuff to do, like finishing off and stuff. So we will try and get the best Sparky in France on camera to go through what he's done throughout the house. So yeah, very excited about that. And yeah, progress, what can I say? Progress. My apologies if this video seemed a little bit negative in any way, shape or form. It's not supposed to be negative. I'm in a really good frame of mind. I'm so lucky to have the friends that I have that are willing to help me out. Absolutely incredible. I don't know what I've done to deserve it, to be honest. They are super nice and doing a great job even on the second floor there. Excellent progress today. Thank you so much everyone who watched this video. Now with the end of this video approaching, I think we can safely put this matter to rest. I hope I've answered all of your questions with regards to the whole immigration situation. That's it now. We're not going to talk about it again. And in future videos, we're focusing on the renovation, which I'm super excited about. So thank you so much for your comments. Life goes on, and I just want to be 100% clear and transparent. I'm happy, everyone's happy. I've got the best friends in the world, best family in the world, and the best wife in the world. So I wouldn't trade my place for anyone, despite not being able to stay in France anymore, realistically. But it is what it is. Life goes on, and no hard feelings to France. It's a beautiful country. It's an incredible country. If you have the opportunity to live there, go and check it out. Rural France especially, okay? Well, you made it this far. Thanks for watching the video. You're a special one, you are, for being here at the end. I appreciate that very much. Much love to you. And don't forget, 60% off an annual plan for Incogni. Links in description. Thanks so much for watching. Much love. See you soon.